Hello guys, Zomato gonna come up with the IPO of 9,375 crore and the hype of the IPO is really much. I want to tell you that this IPO hype has been created like 4 to 5 months before. Before 4 to 5 months only people were knowing that Zomato IPO going to be coming and everyone was waiting that when this finally will be declared, and now it is finally coming on 14th of July. Many people are really excited, and Zomato is one of those company which has been into the which has kind of started a culture of delivery into the country. So many people are really interested into this business. At the same time, many retail investors who even don't know about the business might be really excited because it's like people know that people will like Zomato ka IPO, it's okay, it's gonna be great only. But I want to be able to understand it from a broader perspective, in positive terms as well and in the negative terms as well. So in this video we will discuss everything related to Zomato IPO. So first we will see the business of Zomato, then we will see what are the pros, cons and what is the competition Zomato gonna face. Also we will see that whether you should apply for the Zomato IPO or not, and then we will conclude it. So in pros, cons, we'll also discuss financials and economic analysis and everything. So we'll discuss everything into this video. So watch the video till the end. I've given the timestamp, so if you are someone who want to shift into other part, you can definitely go into the other part as well. So hey guys, I'm Mayuresh and let's get started. So let's first discuss about the business of Zomato. So business of Zomato is quite simple and easy. There are 4 to 5 business aspects. The first business we all people know is delivery karna. So basically Zomato delivers the food from the restaurants to the consumer. And in this also there is something called discount which they provide, because we all people know. We will first go on the Swiggy, we will go on the Zomato, we will also go some other third app, and then we will see that where we are getting the least price, and then we will go for the delivery. And Zomato tries to give lots of discounts and rewards and like this. Now Zomato generally do not give the discount. Basically the discount which is given to you is the discount given from the restaurant, and the second kind of discount is basically they first will increase the cost and then they will give the discount. For example, the cost of one of the dish is 90 rupees. They will show on Zomato it is 120 rupees, and then they will give you a 50% discount, so you will get it at 60 rupees. You will think that you got a kind of 50% discount on this particular dish. That's really cool. But in that 50% discount, that 30 rupees, you have got only 30 rupees discount. How? Because that dish was 90 rupees. If you would have gone to the store, you would have got that dish at 90 rupees only. So this is the kind of thing Zomato does. They will increase the price on their application and then they will give you the discount. So 120 की डिश थी वो आपको 60 में मिल गई, और उसमें जो 30 रुपए का डिस्काउंट था, that 30 rupees discount is also not given by Zomato. That 30 rupees discount is given by the restaurants. So this is the first way that delivery and discount, in this way basically this kind of business model works. The second type of business is Zomato Pro, in which they have the Pro membership or the Gold membership they provide. And if you go for the Pro and the Pro membership or the Gold membership, you get lots of facilities in the dine-in facilities. Some of the facilities, like you will get the things at a cheap cost. Also, this is a good way of locking the customers. Like, so Zomato has also Pro, and it has a good amount of customers in Zomato Pro as well. The third type of business is Zomato Hyperpure. What is Zomato Hyperpure? Basically, Zomato have some organic farm. Now, I don't know that whether these organic farms are kind of owned by Zomato only, or they kind of ask the farmers to provide them with the vegetables and raw material from the organic farm. But basically Zomato has that organic farms and partnership with the farmers, in which they ask them to grow the organic things, organic raw material for them, and then they provide that raw material to the restaurant. For example, a restaurant A takes that raw material, which is the organic vegetables and other raw material from the Zomato. Zomato will tag that particular restaurant as a Zomato Hyperpure, and that restaurant will be promoted very well. And obviously this is one of those concepts which will really go up in the future, because obviously the country's economy is going up, people are getting more and more towards the health, and I definitely think this is one of those concepts which will definitely go really well in terms of, at least in the tier 1 cities, this concept will go really well. So Zomato Hyperpure is a great concept and have a great potential to grow in the country. The fourth kind of business Zomato has is Zomato Kitchen. Basically, many of you people might have heard or seen the Zomato advertising Beros Biryani, or many of you might have seen the Pesos rolls and like this. So I personally ordered both of these particular products, and they are really great. So this is a kind of a virtual kitchen where you are getting different food dishes, but these particular restaurants do not have any physical restaurant or physical outlet, but they still partnership with the Zomato platform, and they provide you with the food dishes. This is the basic concept of Zomato Kitchen. So it's a kind of a virtual kitchen where where different brands come and they do not have their outlets, they do not have their restaurants, but this particular comes and they basically still sell their products. Now this is a really great concept for these brands as well, because these brands do not need to invest in basically opening a different restaurants to advertise themselves and everything. They just need to collab with the Zomato and Zomato sells their product. That is what the thing of Zomato Kitchen is. The fourth business is Zomato advertisements. Now you might have seen that many times. If you like, for example, I will search Shahi Paneer, so a particular restaurant will come at the top every time. Now that is because that particular restaurants have a good kind of collaboration with the Zomato, or they might have given more money to the Zomato for showing that restaurant on the top. This is what the Zomato advertisement is. Along with that, Zomato also sells some of their data, not like a people's data, but a kind of analytics where like what people are liking and what people are not liking. This data is also shared with, again, it's not a people data, it's not your personal details or something like that. It's just analytics which are also shared by Zomato, and through that particular way as well Zomato earns the revenue. These are the four ways through which Zomato earns. So Zomato is definitely not doing here B2C only, they do B2C as well, like delivery as well. They also provide you with the discounts. They also have the B2B as well, where they are giving the data to the people. They are also having the Zomato Kitchen, Zomato Hyperpure. So this was the business of Zomato, and this is how the Zomato business work. So now let's talk about the financials of the company. The financials of the company is something which has upsetted many of the people, and many of the people that's why are skeptical about this IPO, because financials are really not that great. As you can see on the screen, for the last 3 years Zomato has given a negative report. So the profit has gone to negative. This is the issue with the Zomato IPO. And this is the revenue chart. As you can see, the revenue has increased really well. So you can clearly conclude that revenue is coming, paisa aa raha hai, but they are investing also, but they are not able to generate the profit. And this is the issue with the IPO, that many people are quite skeptical because of this. Also, the company is quite overvalued. As you can see from this chart, over the years the valuation of the company has increased a lot, but profit has not increased of the company, or there is some kind of extraordinary thing has not happened with the company till now. And obviously after the IPO, the valuation of the company will be $8 billion. So obviously the valuation is increasing, but the company is not showing that kind of performance. So let's move to the next part, is pros, cons and other things to consider. So now let's talk about the pros, cons. So first of all, let's talk about the pro. Zomato have a really great, first of all, the first mover advantage. People's emotions are with the brand value of Zomato. All these things stand out for Zomato because in India it has become a substitute for delivery. Like for UPI, Paytm was kind of a substitute. Paytm kar do. In this way, Zomato kar de. This has also become like WhatsApp in India for messenger, like WhatsApp me like this. So basically in this way, Zomato has kind of become a substitute for delivery in India, and this is something which they have the brand value, strong brand value, emotions are with people, and this is something which gave them an edge. Also, Zomato have a really good amount of data. Now the data is something which is really important. Data is like a gold mine for them. Data is like a next oil, and Zomato have that. Now, Zomato has been into the business for the last 10 to 11 years. Then Zomato came into business like 2008 or 10, somewhere around that. And now it has been now like almost 11 to 12 years. So for 12 years data they have from people's thinking about any particular dish, what people like in any particular region, what people like in any particular dish, for people think about any particular dish, at what price people want at any particular dish, everything. This all data they have, and people, I am sure that Zomato might have the good data scientists as well, and all these data scientists know how to use this big data. Now let's talk about the economic analysis. Economic analysis is with Zomato. And also, if you just look at after the COVID-19 situation, many of the companies are promoting the work from home culture because of all this, and the freelancing culture has also coming into the country. Solopreneur culture is coming into the country, where people want to stay at the home, work there. Now if people are staying at the home, working from the home, the chances that people will order from the home rather than going to the restaurant increases, and this is and this is something which is in the favor of Zomato, that people will order more rather than going for into the particular restaurants. This is one of the great benefits Zomato has, ki economic analysis in their favor, and definitely this particular industry will grow really well. Along with that Zomato Kitchen is something which is a really great concept, and one of the really great concept is Zomato Hyperpure. I personally think in the country the need for organic food has increased. It's also the need, and definitely people also going for the more organic food as the country's economy is increasing, more high middle class people are increasing. According to one of the data, Indian middle class population will be one of the highest highest in the coming years, which shows that अगर middle class population ज़्यादा होगा, then middle class really have that much money that they can order from Zomato. It will also increase the Zomato business and Zomato Hyperpure as well. So this is something which is in kind of favor of Zomato. So now let's talk about the cons of Zomato. तो यार अच्छी बातें तो बहुत हो गई, अभी let's talk about the cons of Zomato. Now, one of the cons of Zomato is definitely the fundamentals and the financials are really not that great, but let's keep that aside. But let's talk about some real cons. That competition is something which is a great enemy of any company. If you look at the telecommunication, they were company Airtel, Idea, Vodafone, they were at the top like 5 to 6 years before, but now 5 to 6 years down the line, these companies are like really into the depth. Telenor and basically many of the big companies, Aircel and like these companies even don't exist now, and competition has wiped out all this company. This shows that competition is one of the biggest enemy of any particular business, of any particular company, and this is same with the Zomato. Now Zomato big competitor is although Swiggy, but I personally think Amazon is one of the big competitors. Let's talk about what is basically the Amazon. How is Amazon a competition for Zomato? Understand first Amazon thing. Amazon has launched their product like Amazon food services into Bangalore for now, and it's definitely they will expand it all over India. They will try to expand all over India. But now let's understand what Amazon does. First of all, in 2015 or 2016, Amazon came up with a service called Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime में था कि आप वीडियोस देख सकते हो, सब चीज़ें ही थी खाली. And Amazon Prime was a different application basically where you can see lots of videos, lots of web series and everything like that. They were at that particular time, there were only many of the English web series was available on that. USA web series was available on Amazon. And they were giving 30 days free service as well. So many of the people gone on that particular application and sign up there and give their data as well to them, and many people used Amazon Prime. I personally gone for Amazon Prime and I have used the Amazon Prime like from different number, because you are getting like 30 days free service and then you can exit 30 days free service and you can exit. So I used lot Amazon Prime at that particular time. I saw lots of web series and like that. After that, Amazon came up with another thing called Prime users. Prime service as well. At the same time, you will get a Prime delivery and 1-day delivery, free delivery, and all these facilities. Also, there are some discount and Prime sale as well. All these things also you will get on Amazon Prime if you are the Prime member of Amazon. So now they first engaged people with the only Prime. Now in this way, they collaborated the two brands. Now the video brand and the shopping brand. Third service, which is Amazon Pay. Now I personally want to tell you, I have been using Amazon Pay, which is a kind of a UPI service like Google Pay, and it's one of the great service because they give you a lot of rewards. So like they give you a lot of coupons and lots of things, and these people kind of make you pay using Amazon Pay because they give you lots of discount if you pay through Amazon Pay. And really great thing about Amazon, first of all, Amazon के पास दोनों चीज़ें, पे करने की चीज़ भी और खरीदने की भी, तो आप खरीदो भी अमेजोन से और पे भी अमेजोन से कर दो. दैट इज़ द ग्रेट बेनिफिट अमेजोन हैज़. दैट फॉर एग्जांपल, आई वांट टू परचेस अ मोबाइल, आई विल पे फ्रॉम अमेजोन पे, देन दे विल गिव मी अ गुड बेनिफिट्स एज वेल, दे विल गिव मी अ गुड काइंड ऑफ डिस्काउंट्स एज वेल. So that Amazon kind of eaten up the business of Google Pay little bit, and a little bit a business of Phone Pay, and little bit business of Paytm as well, because people might have paid through this particular application, but now people are paying through Amazon Pay because you are getting a good amount of reward. This is how the Amazon kind of try to come in each and every business. They came into the business of videos, web series business as well. Now they came into the business of UPI as well, and their retail business already at the top. Same way, if Amazon is having the Amazon food, now if Amazon food is included into the Amazon Prime as well, they will say that आप Amazon Prime खरीदो, we will give you the free delivery, we will give you this much amount of discount on the food as well. This is a way big possibility as well. If Amazon Pay, Amazon food, both of these things gets included, and Amazon Prime, all these three will integrate really well. I want to tell, like for example, मैंने अगर कुछ मंगाया, let's suppose I ordered शाही पनीर from any particular restaurant, तो शाही पनीर मैंने मंगाया, तो मैंने शाही पनीर मंगाया अमेज़ॉन से. अगर मैं प्राइम यूज़र हूँ तो मुझे डिलीवरी चार्जेस कम लग रहे हैं, तो उसमें मुझे फ़ायदा मिला, मुझे एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है. लाइक प्राइम यूज़र्स के लिए वो लोग अलग कॉस्ट रख सकते हैं, तो मुझे उसमें भी एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है. पर से इफ़ आई पे फ्रॉम अमेज़ॉन पे, I will get more discount. So I will definitely, all these services of Amazon will be used, and this is the main benefit of Amazon, that they have each and every service. Like for example, Zomato will use the service of Phone Pay or debit card service or cash on delivery service, but In this particular case, Amazon has everything from paying service to Prime service to the Amazon food service, and they have such a big network of Amazon only. They can definitely advertise their food service on Amazon app as well. So this is the benefit of Amazon, and that's why I personally think Amazon is one of the great competitor. Issue with this is the main con. Find some solution for this, some different business model for this. It will be really great. Otherwise, Amazon know how to enter in any particular business and how to kill or how to create their monopoly. They have created in the past, and I personally think that Amazon Prime plus Amazon Pay plus Amazon Food, all these three, and Amazon e-commerce site, all these four things, if they integrate and if they advertise this particular thing really well, they will go up really well. And competition just from Amazon. Now there is also one competition from the local applications in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Like I live in one of the city which is not that big of a city, and the restaurants are quite limited, and there was a time Zomato came in our city as well, and Zomato was doing a pretty good work. But there was some other application called SendMe which also came into our place, and that started providing a better service. So after the COVID-19, restaurants preferred SendMe because they were a little bit cheap, and they were basically providing them a good service as well. So Zomato, instead of going for Zomato, this restaurant started going for SendMe, and this is not just in this particular place. This particular SendMe is available in 4 to 5 different places around around different neighboring cities. And these kind of applications are not just in my site, in my particular city. These applications are available in many of the cities as well. So basically, if in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, if this kind of application comes and they try to capture the market, then it will be really bad for Zomato, that people will prefer SendMe or this kind of application instead of Zomato, and restaurants will prefer this kind of application because they are getting a good visibility on this application as well. And restaurants start promoting. Like I gone to a restaurant, I asked them that are you on Zomato or not. They asked me, no, we do not use Zomato, we use SendMe, we are getting better services. The delivery charge on Zomato is a bit more, and other costs are also more. So this is the issue, that if Zomato is not able to find a sustainable model, a model which is quite great for the restaurants as well, then people might shift from Zomato to these particular applications. And obviously lots of people have knowledge, people know that how to create the application like Zomato, and in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities or the small cities, this particular application will overcome Zomato. So this is also the issue with the Zomato, that a competition from this application and competition from Amazon. So first let's talk about whether you should go for the IPO or not. I personally think go for the IPO, but the chances of you getting the IPO is very much less, but try to apply from all the accounts in your home. So basically the issue with the IPO is that only 10% allotment will be done to the retail investor, because this is a loss making company. So if the Zomato अगर loss making नहीं होती तो Zomato they would have given 35% allotment in the IPO, but now they are giving only 10% IPO allotment. So chances of you getting that particular company allotment or the shares is very less, but still try to apply from all the accounts. If you have a good amount of funds, you can apply from all the account, and if you get it, it will be really great because they will get a listing benefits, like and apply it at the last cost. Like the cost, the range is from 72 to 76, so bid at the 76 cost. They will only consider the bid of 76, and they will not consider the bid of less than 76 or 72. So and you definitely should apply for this IPO. The reason behind applying for this IPO is the listing gains. There will be like I was reading one article which also said that there will be like 35 to 40% listing gains, and obviously listing gains are seen in this kind of companies. Like there was one company we called Burger King, which came like around 6 to 7 months before, I guess in back year November or December, somewhere around that, and that company came at 60 rupees and gone to till 299 rupees. So obviously it gave the 5 times returns as well, but after that the company's share price gone down. So you should definitely apply for the IPO, get the listing benefits and get out of the company. I personally think you should not apply for the longer term. For now, look at the business, let's look at how the company behave, what is the management do, what are they able to create a good sustainable model, company is able to incur with the losses, is able to have a good profit as well. All these things we will able to know in the years to come, and if the company is able to do really great, you should definitely then invest into the company. So obviously many people will say we will get the early mover advantage like this, but for in case of Zomato is already very overvalued, and the correction will definitely happen after the listing benefits. The company stock will drastically go down. That's what I think. But definitely it's a great company, but for now fundamentals do not look great, financials do not look great, and I personally do not promote the investment into this particular company. Obviously you can go for the IPO because listing benefit are बहुत ज़्यादा होगा, और and basically stock market is not about fundamentals, it's not about technicals. Majority of the time it's a psychology and how people think, and emotions and the psychology is with Zomato, and that's why the hype of the Zomato will go up, the company IPO will go up, and even you will get the listing benefits. This was all from this video. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.